Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have learned the changes in pronouns. What are subjective case pronouns? What are objective case pronouns? How do subjective case pronouns change into objective case? And how do objective case pronouns change into subjective case? A list is given to you, and with a few examples I've demonstrated the topic. And in today's class we shall discuss the changes in the verb forms. This is very, very important. You understand this concept in the clear way, you can understand the rest of the topic in a very finer manner. So today's topic is changes. Changes. Changes in verb. Verb. Verb forms. Forms. Changes in verb forms. First, let us see how can I identify a verb? What way do they change? I'll write an example. For example, she is making kites. Let's take this is the sentence that is given to you. She is making kites. This is the sentence that is given to us. I've already explained you different kinds of sentences in our previous classes. The first step is you should be able to identify the kind of sentence that is given to us. Kinds of sentences. Assertive sentence, either positive or negative. Yes, no interrogative, WH interrogative, imperative or exclamatory. Out of these five, which kind of sentence is given to us? We should be able to identify that first. So as I explained you, from the given statement, you can say that this is an assertive positive sentence. This is not an interrogative because there is no question mark here. This is not an imperative because it doesn't start with a verb. Moreover, it's not a command, request, advice, any such sort of statement. It is not an imperative statement. The simple way to identify an imperative statement I already explained you. Check the beginning of the sentence whether it starts with a verb or not. This sentence doesn't start with verb. It starts with a pronoun, subject. She is a pronoun. Is helping verb. Making main verb. Kites noun. So this sentence doesn't start with a verb. It starts with a pronoun, subject, hence it is not imperative sentence. And there is no exclamation mark in this statement. This is exclamation mark. There is no exclamation mark in this statement, hence it is not exclamatory sentence also. So finally it is assertive sentence. Observe, there is no question mark, so it's not interrogative. It doesn't start with a verb, or it's not a command, advice, suggestion, or any such sort of sentence, hence it is not an imperative sentence. It doesn't have an exclamation symbol, hence it's not an exclamatory sentence. What else is this? This is assertive sentence. I hope you got it. Now, you know this is a pronoun, a subjective case pronoun. Subjective case pronoun. I already explained you this topic. You should be able to identify this by this time. Now, your focus should be first on the tense. To identify the tense, you should focus on the verb part of the given statement, whatever is the statement, be it assertive sentence, S no interrogative, WH interrogative, especially these three. you have to focus on the part of the verb. In this sentence, the verb part is, many of you say, some of you say is the verb. Some of you may say making is the verb, but that is wrong. Helping verb and main verb, these two formulate the verb. Helping verb and main verb, these two form the verb part. Understand? Not is verb, not making is verb here in this case. Is making is the verb part. If anyone asks you what is the verb part in the given sentence, you have to tell them that is making is the verb part. Okay, so this is the verb part you have to identify. Okay, and after that you have to identify the object in the given sentence. The object in the given sentence. How do we identify the object in the given sentence? Simple, there is a shortcut. Identify the verb and question the verb with what? WHAT what? Verb part identify చేయండి. ఆ verb part ని word తో క్వశ్చన్ చేయండి. మీకు ఆన్సర్ ఏదైతే వస్తుందో దట్ ఈస్ డైరెక్ట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ గెట్ అన్ ఆన్సర్ టు వర్డ్, క్వశ్చన్ ద verb with who. ఇదే verb ని whom తో క్వశ్చన్ చేయాలి. Whatever is the answer that you get is an object, that is indirect object. You question with what? You get an answer, that is direct object. You don't get an answer to what? Then question the verb again with whom. You'll get an answer. If you get an answer, that is called indirect object. In any one of these cases, you may get an answer to what or you may get an answer to whom. If you get any one answer, sometimes two answers, you will get direct object and indirect object. That we shall discuss in a detailed manner in our further classes. At this point, we need to identify simply the object because we are discussing changes in verb forms. Changes in verb forms. So our focus should be on this part. How does a verb change? How does a verb appear in active voice? And how does it change in passive voice? Our focus is on this part, so we shall focus on it. Objects part we shall discuss in our further classes, next classes. Okay, ma? So question the verb with what? You get an answer, that is direct object. Question the verb with whom? You get an answer, that is indirect object. In this case we get direct object. Is making అంటే తెలుగులో తయారు చేయడం. తయారు చేయడం. What ఏంటి? ఏం తయారు చేస్తున్నారు? Kites. So this is direct object. So as we got direct object and there are no further words or there, so you don't need to question it with whom. Already what అనే దానికి మీకు ఆన్సర్ వచ్చింది. That is direct object. తర్వాత ఇంకేం లేవు కదా వర్డ్స్ మీకు. So there are no indirect objects or any further statements. ఇంకేం లేవు. So in this case, this is the part that we have to identify. Okay. And now I am changing you. This direct object or indirect object comes to the place of subject. You know it. Kites. Now the topic is here. Changes in the verb. See, this is verb form. This is in present continuous. How does it change? This verb form changes. You don't write the same form. Yam, is, are plus being plus V3. Likewise, this verb form changes. See the above verb form is making doesn't appear the same way in passive voice. Active voice లో మీకు is making అని ఉన్నది. Passive voice లో మళ్ళీ is making అని రాదు. It changes its form. దాని ఫామ్ ని చేంజ్ చేసుకుని వస్తుంది. ఈ ఫామ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ is plus V4 ఉంది. ఇది is, ఇది V4. is plus V4 ఉంది. You don't write is plus V4 here. ఇక్కడ కూడా is plus V4 రాదు. It changes to this form. It changes either to yam or is. Any one of these helping verbs which suits the subject in its number. ఇక్కడ kites అనే సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది. ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్ తో మ్యాచ్ అయ్యే, ఈ సబ్జెక్ట్ తో మ్యాచ్ అయ్యే helping verb ఇక్కడ మీరు రాస్తారు. Either yam, if it matches the subject you will write yam. If is matches you will write is. If are matches you will write are. See here the subject is plural subject. Third person plural subject. So no am, no is. Kites are being. You have to write, this is V4 form. You have to write V3 form. It is in V3 form. It is in V4 form in the question. You have to write V3 form. Is being made. So this is written like this. Are being made. Are being made. Observe the change. In the active voice it is making. Observe the verb part. It is making in active form. But it is not same in passive form. Observe it. Are. Is changes to are because in the passive voice, the subject is not she. The subject is kites. Kites is a plural subject. Hence, it takes a plural helping verb, are. And after that, you have to write being. And then you have to write V3 form. You are not writing V4 form. Observe this. Here, it is in V4 form. Making is in V4 form. But in passive voice, you are not writing making. You are writing made. V3 form of your active voice verb form. Main verb form. V3 form of your active voice main verb form. That's the most important factor in passive voice. In all passive, whatever is the tense, irrespective of the tense, whatever is the tense, in passive voice, the main verb changes to V3, past participle of the verb. V3 means past participle. V3 means past participle. P-A-R-T-I-C-I-P-L-E. P-A-R-T-I-C-I-P-L-E. Participle. Past participle form is to be written in passive voice, whatever is the tense. Be it simple present, simple past, simple future, whatever is the tense. Only you can see V3 form, past participle form of the verb only will appear in passive voice. Got it? So, like this the verbs change. Is making changes to, in the passive form, are being made. Are being made. This way, here in a structural form, it is plus V4. Here the is plus V4 changed to are plus being plus with. Is plus V4 is the structural form. It is the structural form. See, is making, is helping verb, making V4 form. This is changed to are being made, are plus being plus V3 form. It is changed. Likewise, the verbs do change from one form to another form in passive voice. The verbs do change from one form to another form in passive voice. Got it all of it? Likewise, in the given example, in the explained example, the verbs do change. See, in our previous class, I explained you the changes that would take place in pronouns. How do they change? I explained you. Now, I gave you the explanation regarding the forms of the tenses, the verb forms, how do they change. That's what I gave. Got it all of you? In this given example, in the demonstrated example, present continuous, is plus V4 is taken an example and it is changed this way. Okay? In all the sentences, especially SR2 sentences, S-no interrogative sentences, WH interrogative sentences. SR2, be it positive or negative. S-no interrogative, be it positive or negative. WH interrogative sentences, again be it positive or negative. Even imperative sentences, there is no tense. Only up to these three sentences, SR2, S-no interrogative, WH interrogative, you need to identify the tense. In all other two tenses, we don't have any tense. Just identify, for the sake of identification, you will have verb forms over there. We shall discuss it later on. So, in the given example, you are explained an SR2 model sentence that is positive. If it is negative, you have to write she isn't. She isn't making kites. She isn't means he's not. She is not making kites. That is assertive negative sentence. In the passive voice, kites are not being made. Kites are not being made. You will have to write it down likewise. Then ala changes rastar. Kites are not being made. You will have to write it likewise. Okay. This is the change. This is the demonstration class of changes. How do verb change from one form to another form? Okay, ma? I hope you all understand this, and I'll give you a list of changes in the verb forms. How do verbs change? I'll write it on the blackboard, and you can pause your video and note it down in your grammar books so that you can understand our further classes. Got it? Once have a glance at this. Okay, students, these are the changes in the verb forms. It might be slightly illegible. That's why I read it and say it again. Please copy it down onto your grammar books after going through this. Okay? The first one is simple present tense. In simple present tense, in active form, the verb may be in V1 form or V1 may carry SR ES. V1, for example, go, write, take. Likewise, the sentence may have V1 form. Or this V1 sometimes carries SRES like comes, goes, plays. Likewise, it may have a V1 form or V1 plus SRES or do V1. Don't write, don't come. Likewise, in negative sentences. In negative sentence, you may have doesn't plus V1. That means doesn't come, doesn't go, doesn't play. Likewise, in active voice, in simple present tense, the verb may be in any one of these forms, either in V1 form or V1 with SRES, or you can see do V1 or does V1. Any one of these four forms in simple present tense will take these forms in passive form. You don't write V1 form again in passive, as I already explained in the example earlier. You don't write this V1 form in passive or V1 with SRES or do V1, does V1. They don't appear. The question lo unde do gani, does gani, V1 gani, ivi passive voice lo raw. Or do V1, does V1, V1 SRES ఇవి ఏవైతే వస్తాయో మీకు యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్లో ఇవన్నీ మీకు ఎందులో చేంజ్ అవుతాయి? ఇదర్ యామ్ V3, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి రిటర్న్ లైక్వైజ్ యామ్ V3, ఈజ్ V3, ఆర్ V3. దాన్ని మీరు రాసుకునేప్పుడు మీకు అర్థం కావడం కోసం సపరేట్గా రాసుకుంటే మీరు దీన్ని ఎలా రాసుకోవచ్చు. నేను ఇక్కడ యామ్ ఈజ్ ఆర్, దట్ మీన్స్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ 3 verbs, నాట్ 3 verbs. 3 రాయరు కదా. యుల్ రైట్ ఎనీ వర్బ్ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్ దట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ టు. మీకు ఇచ్చిన సబ్జెక్ట్ని బట్టి, ఇందాక చెప్పాను కదా మీకు సబ్జెక్ట్ గురించి. ఫస్ట్ సెంటెన్స్లో షీ, సెకండ్ సెంటెన్స్లో కైట్. సబ్జెక్ట్ షీ కాబట్టి ఈజ్ ఉంది అక్కడ, కైట్స్ కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ సెంటెన్స్లో ఆర్ ఉంది. లైక్వైజ్ ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్. సబ్జెక్ట్ని బట్టి యామ్ కానీ, ఈజ్ కానీ, ఆర్ కానీ. ఓకేనా? యుల్ రైట్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్స్. 3 రాయరు, ఏదో ఒక్క హెల్పింగ్ వర్బే డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్. సబ్జెక్ట్ మీద డిపెండ్. ఇట్స్ నెంబర్ అండ్ పర్సన్. నెంబర్ అంటే ఏంటి? సింగులరా ప్లూరలా? పర్సన్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్, సెకండ్ పర్సన్, థర్డ్ పర్సన్. ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ అంటే ఏముంటాయి సబ్జెక్ట్స్? ఐ, వి, ఈ రెండే ఉంటాయి. ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ మీన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ 2 subjects, ఐ, వి. సరే ఇవి కాకుండా ఇంకేమి ఉండవా? ఏమి ఉండవు, ఇంకేమీ లేవు. ఓన్లీ దీస్ 2 ఆర్ ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్, ఐ, వి. ఈ రెండింటిలో ఐ సింగులర్, వి ప్లూరల్. నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్, వీ హ్యావ్ గాట్ ఓన్లీ 1 subject, యూ. ఇదే సింగులర్, ఇదే ప్లూరల్. ఈ యూ అనే సబ్జెక్ట్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్లో ఓన్లీ ఒకటే సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది. సెకండ్ పర్సన్లో ఓన్లీ వీ హ్యావ్ గాట్ ఓన్లీ 1 subject, దట్ ఈస్ యూ. ఇంక వేరేవేమీ లేవా సార్? ఇంకేం లేవు, ఓన్లీ యూ. దిస్ ఈజ్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ బోత్ ద నెంబర్స్. సింగులర్ గాను దీన్నే యూజ్ చేస్తాం, ప్లూరల్ గాను దీన్నే యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, యు ఆర్ ఏ స్టూడెంట్, యు ఆర్ ఏ స్టూడెంట్. దేర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ సింగులర్ సెన్స్. నువ్వు ఒక విద్యార్థివి, సింగులర్ సెన్స్లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం. యు ఆర్ ఆల్ స్టూడెంట్స్, మీరందరూ విద్యార్థులు. దేర్ యూ యూజ్డ్ యూ ఇన్ ప్లూరల్ సెన్స్. అలా యూ అనేదాన్ని సింగులర్ సెన్స్లో, ప్లూరల్ సెన్స్లో యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఇట్ ఈస్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్. Excepting these first and second persons, rest of all third persons. ఈ ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్స్ కాకుండా ఐ, వి ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్, యూ సెకండ్ పర్సన్, ఈ 3 కాకుండా ఫస్ట్ అండ్ సెకండ్ పర్సన్స్ కాకుండా రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ ఆర్ థర్డ్ పర్సన్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్. ఓకే? లైక్వైజ్ ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్. మీరు రాసే సబ్జెక్ట్ నెంబర్, పర్సన్. నెంబర్ అంటే సింగులరా ప్లూరలా? ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్, సెకండ్ పర్సన్, థర్డ్ పర్సన్. ఆ నెంబర్ అండ్ పర్సన్ బట్టి యూ రైట్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్స్ ఇన్ సింపుల్ ప్రెజెంట్ టెన్స్. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నానమ్మా. ఇది ఒకటి అర్థమైతే రిమైనింగ్ అని అర్థమైంది. మీకు యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్లోనే V1 కనిపించవచ్చు, వర్బ్ ఫామ్లో V1 ఉండొచ్చు, V1 విత్ SRES ఉండొచ్చు, డూ కనిపించవచ్చు, డస్ కనిపించవచ్చు, వాటి పక్కన V1 ఉండొచ్చు. ఇవన్నీ యాక్టివ్ వాయిస్లోనే ఉంటాయి. ఈ V1 SRES, డూ V1, డస్ V1. అవేవి మళ్ళీ మీరు ప్యాసివ్ వాయిస్ రాసేప్పుడు V1 రాదు, V1 విత్ SRES రాదు, డూ V1 రాదు, డస్ V1 రాదు. అక్కడ ఎలా వస్తాయంటే యుల్ రైట్ ఈదర్ యామ్ ఆర్ ఈజ్ ఆర్ ఆర్. ఈ 3 ఏదో ఒకటి రాస్తారు. ఏది రాస్తాను సార్ నేను? ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్ దట్ యూ రైట్. అక్కడ మీరు రాసే సబ్జెక్ట్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఈ 3 ఏదో ఒకటి రాయడానికి ముందు యూ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ద సెంటెన్స్ విత్ సబ్జెక్ట్తో స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు. అక్కడ రాసిన ఆ సబ్జెక్ట్ సింగులర్ అయితే ఫస్ట్ పర్సన్ అయితే ఒకలా, సెకండ్ పర్సన్ అయితే ఒకలా, థర్డ్ పర్సన్ అయితే ఒక హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్ రాస్తారు మీరు. అది ఓకేనమ్మా? ఆ పర్సన్ అండ్ నెంబర్ని బట్టి హెల్పింగ్ వర్బ్ రాస్తారు. అండ్ రిమెంబర్, యూ డోంట్ రైట్ V1 ఫామ్ అగైన్, యూ విల్ రైట్ V3 ఫామ్. V3 ఫామ్ ఆఫ్ ద V1 ఫామ్. మెయిన్ వర్బ్ మీకు V1 ఏది ఇచ్చాడో దానికి V3 ఫామ్ రాస్తారు. లైక్వైజ్ ఇన్ ప్రెసెంట్ టెన్స్ V1 plus SRES, do V1, does V1 changes to either yam, is, or V3 అవుతుంది. ఓకేనమ్మా? ఇన్ ద పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ యూ మే సీ V2 ఆర్ డిడ్. పాస్ట్ టెన్స్లో V2 ఉండొచ్చు, డిడ్ ఉండొచ్చు, డిడ్ ప్లస్ V1 ఉండొచ్చు. ఇవి ఎలా చేంజ్ అవుతాయి? was or were. WAS was or were plus V3. WRE were. Was or were plus V3 గా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సింపుల్ ఫ్యూచర్లో యూ మే సీ షాల్ ఆర్ విల్ ప్లస్ V1. షాల్ ఆర్ విల్ ప్లస్ V1. దిస్ చేంజెస్ టు షాల్ బి V3. మీరు సపరేట్గా రాసుకుంటే మీకు ఈజీగా అర్థం అవుతుంది. షాల్ బి V3. విల్ బి V3. షాల్ బి V3 or will be V3. It changes to present continuous. CONT means continuous. Present continuous లో yam is R plus V4. That means yam V4 is V4 or V4. V4 అంటే ఐడియా ఉంది కదా, V1 plus ing. Yam writing, yam making, is making, are making. Yam is R plus V4. Okay, present continuous. How does it change? Yam is R plus being, B-E-I-N-G, being plus V3. Yam is R. That means yam being V3, is being V3, are being V3. You can write it in separate manner. Yam being V3, is being V3, are being V3. Likewise, you have to write it down in present continuous. In past continuous was or were plus V4. Was or were plus V4 changes to was or were plus being, B-E-I-N-G, B-E-I-N-g, being plus V3. Was being V3 or were being V3. Next step. There is no passive for future continuous. Only active structure. There is no passive structure, hence we don't need to write it over here. We don't need to learn it. Future continuous has only active form of the verb. There is no passive form of the verb. We are discussing passive forms of the verbs, so we are not writing it over there. Okay? You will not be given any sentence from future continuous in active passive voice structure. I mean question, because there are no passive structures for future continuous. So there is no future continuous here. Got it? Simple future ki passive undi. Future continuous ki passive లేదు. You don't have passive structure for future continuous. That's why we are not discussing over here. Next, present perfect. Present perfect. Have or has plus V3. Have or has plus V3. It changes to have or has plus been plus V3. That means have been, B-E-E-N, been. Have been V3 or has been V3. Have been V3 or has been V3. Past perfect. Had plus V3. Had plus V3 changes to had been plus V3. Had been plus V3. Future perfect. Again observe, future perfect has got passive form. Future perfect kundi ఒకదానికి లేదు. Future continuous tense కి లేదు. Passive form. Simple future kundi, future perfect ki undi. Okay na? Future perfect. Shall or will plus have plus V3. Shall or will plus have plus V3. How does it change? Shall have been V3 or will have been V3. Shall have been V3 or will have been V3. And these are models. వీటికి టెన్సెస్ ఏ ఉండవమ్మా. దీస్ ఆర్ మోడల్స్. MODALS మోడల్స్ అని అంటారు. MODALS మోడల్స్. అఫ్ కోర్స్ మీకు సింపుల్ ఫ్యూచర్లోనూ మోడల్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఫ్యూచర్ పర్ఫెక్ట్లోనూ మోడల్స్ ఉంటాయి. షాల్ విల్ కెన్ మై వీటినే మోడల్స్ అంటారు. షాల్ విల్ కెన్ మై షుడ్ వుడ్ కుడ్ మైట్ మస్ట్ ఇవే మోడల్స్ అవుతాయి. ఆ మోడల్స్ అన్నీ కూడా సపరేట్గా రాస్తాను. క్యాన్ ప్లస్ V1. క్యాన్ V1 ఉంటే అది క్యాన్ బి V3 అవుతుంది. క్యాన్ V1 క్యాన్ బి V3. మే V1 మే బి V3. షుడ్ V1 షుడ్ బి V3. వుడ్ V1 వుడ్ బి V3. కుడ్ V1 కుడ్ బి BEB కుడ్ బి V3. మైట్ V1 మైట్ బి V3. Perfect form. Should, would, could, might. Should, would, could, might plus have plus V3. That means you can write it in separate manner. Should have V3 changes to should have been V3. Should have V3 changes to should have been V3. Likewise, would have V3 changes to would have been V3. Could have V3 changes to could have been V3. Might have V3 changes to might have been V3. Likewise, you can write all these structures in separate manner. And I'll write one more structure here. MUST, must plus V1 changes to must be plus V3. Must plus V1. Must plus V1 changes to must be plus V3. Must be plus MUST must BEB plus V3. Likewise, you have to learn it all these things. Got it? These are important. And apart from this, sometimes you will be given infinitives. 2 plus V1 will be given. It is changed to 2B plus V3. Sometimes you are given 2 plus V1. 2 plus V1. This structure is called infinitive. This structure is called infinitive. This 2 plus V1 changes to 2B plus V3. Sometimes you are given 2 plus have plus V3. 2 plus have plus V3. And this changes to 2 plus have plus been plus V3. To have V3. To have V3 changes to have been V3. To have been V3. These two structures are called infinitives. IN, FI, NI, TI, VES. IN, FI, NI, VI, TI, VES. Got slight change. Infinitives. IN, FI, NI, TI, VES. Infinitives. These two are called infinitives. Okay. This is a model. This is part of this. As there is no space, I have written it here. And these two are infinitives. 2 plus V1 changes to 2B plus V3. 2 plus have plus V3 changes to 2 have been V3. Likewise, you have to understand these structures. You have to note them down on your grammar book. In your grammar book, you have to learn it by heart. If you learn it by heart, if you understand this concept, if you get this to your brain, then you can understand the concept that will be explained to you in our further classes. In our later classes, what are the topics that I am going to explain you related to active and passive voice will completely depend on your ability of understanding this, your better understanding of these concepts. Okay, so I'm going to tell you once again, please focus on these two topics which are explained to you till now. Changes in pronouns, it's a very easy topic. You don't need to spend much time over that, but observe this video again and again and again, at least 2 to 3 times. As I told you, observe this video, watch the content, whatever I've told you, explained here. Observe the content and then try to memorize every concept of this, every Roman, every topic, every line of this on screen, so that you can understand the topic that I'm going to explain you in your further classes in the easy and manner. Until and unless you get these topics, you will not be able to. You may be able to understand the questions that are explained by me on the blackboard, but you may not be able to write down on your own. When it comes to your turn, when it is your turn, you may not be able to write it down on your own. మీ సొంతంగా మీరు రాయాలి అంటే మీకు ఈ టాపిక్స్ అన్ని బై హార్ట్ రావాలి, స్ట్రక్చర్స్ అన్ని కీన్గా బై హార్ట్ రావాలి. ఇవి బై హార్ట్ వస్తేనే మీరు మీ ఓన్గా మీ వర్క్ బుక్లోనే రాసుకోగలుగుతారు. లేదు అంటే నేను ఇక్కడ బ్లాక్ బోర్డ్ మీద చెప్పే మీకు అర్థమవుతాయి తప్ప మీరు ఓన్గా రాయలేరు. సో ఫోకస్ ఆన్ దీస్ 2 topics and learn them by heart. And once again, last reminder, stay home, stay safe. Thank you. Why is it background? Register all. Please follow.